Alrighty, so we're going to be reviewing week 9 of the NFL season and also predicting week 10. So let's just go and get started for it. Colts at Patriots. That was just like a dogfight game. Offenses never got going. Patriots had 9 sacks on defense. Matt Judon and Josh Uche both had 3 sacks each. Just a crazy game. Defenses won it. Patriots had pick six at the end to really inflate the score in what was kind of a close game up until the end. But Patriots, good win. They're 5-4 right now. Colts, they're struggling a bit after they just fired Frank Wright this weekend. Jeff Saturday's the new head coach, and we'll see how he does tomorrow in the next game. Bills at Jets. This is a game that no one expected the Jets to win. The Bills, Super Bowl favorites, and most people, for at least coming out of the AFC. The Jets just took this game from them. This is a 2017 game, I believe. The Jets, man, they're looking good. They're just winning these games that they really shouldn't be winning, that no one really predicts that they should be winning. And this AFC is tight. You can see in the top left right there, the Bills only have a half game advantage above the Jets and the Dolphins, and only a game and a half above the Patriots too. So it's gonna be a tight AFC East this year. Now the Chiefs hosting the Titans. Chiefs coming off a bye. They should have won this. They should have won this game handily. If the Titans were there with Malik Willis, if Brian Tannehill was playing, I believe that they would have won this game. And Chiefs just really slipped this one out at the end, and they basically won this one in the last couple minutes there. But I believe, man, I think this one can win into overtime. It was just a crazy game. Sunday Night Football. Casey pulled it out in the end, though. Eagles at Texans. Eagles kind of struggled a bit there. Texans were hanging in there. I believe somewhere it was 14-14 at one point. But the Eagles pulled it out 8-0. They look like they can go out there and win every single game for the rest of the season. Could they go 17-0? It's very possible. And for the Texans, 1-6-1 this season. So it's not looking too good for them. But they will be improving upon that, I believe, next week. Dolphins going to Chicago. Justin Fields, what a game, man. He had over 40 fantasy points, I believe. He was actually a killer. The Dolphins are also good too. Tua Tagovailoa has been playing really well as well. So it's just a great game by Dolphins. They pulled it out at the very end. The Bears offense really clicking right now. After that Patriots game, this Dolphins game, they're playing really well. Really good ball right now, especially on the offensive end. Now we have the Bengals hosting the Panthers. Panthers have been abysmal this year. They just didn't have a good game last week, but they're playing against the Bengals. The Bengals are up and coming. They struggled to start the season off, but the Bengals are playing much better football right now. Chargers coming off a bye, going to Atlanta. Should have won this game handily. Cameron Dicker at the very end won this game for them. It's been a revolving door at the kicker position all year long. Atlanta, they were putting up a fight all the way to the end, but in the end, Justin Herbert and the Chargers are too much for them. Ravens going to New Orleans, and the Ravens, they played a good game here, but it's just the Saints are just not playing good football right now. It's tough to win when, quarterback carousel there with Andy Dalton, Taysom Hill coming in sometimes. Jameis Winston is really hurt at this point, but the Ravens pulled this one out, and they got a good win over the Saints there. Man, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. Who could expect it this bad of a season, especially to start it off right now? I mean, things could turn around. They can go win, 8 straight, get 11-6, but it's not looking good. Going against the Lions and losing to the Detroit Lions, this is rock bottom for them. And now I think they need to really regroup and, evaluate what they really want the season to be. Because losing to the Lions is not something that should happen. They should really be dominating them. From an offensive standpoint, they're just not playing good football right now. It's just not what they should be employing out there. The receivers are not doing good. Aaron Rodgers not been playing well. So this whole team needs to be looked at again and assessed, especially now that we're past the trade deadline. Vikings almost lost to the Washington Commanders. The Vikings, they're 7-1. They're going to win the North. They got a really good test against the Bills this next coming week. But the Minnesota Vikings, they pulled out this one in the end, kind of like the Chiefs did at Sunday Night Football. Kirk Cousins played a good game, but in the end, they did win the game. Taylor Heinicke played a good game as well. I still think they keep him at quarterback even when Carson Wentz comes back, because Taylor Heinicke has been giving them, the best chance compared to Carson Wentz. Seattle going to Arizona. Arizona, man, they have not been playing well. The Cardinals need to step it up. Geno Smith, though, he's killing it. Playing such good football. Kenneth Walker, all the rookies are playing well. They're really dominating this. And they're leading the division right now, and they can win this division because the Cardinals have not been playing well. The 49ers are there. They're right at 500. The Rams haven't had a Super Bowl hangover, and I don't think they're gonna catch up to it. So I think they can really win this game. Rams, like aforementioned Rams, choked their win to Tampa Bay. It was it was fourth and goal, I think, with like a minute 52 left, something like that. And Tampa Bay was at the goal line. They didn't get it. Scotty Miller, a second goal drop, I believe, easy touchdown pass from Brady. And, they ended up doing turnover on downs. Then the Rams punted away. Tom Brady just worked his magic, got into the end zone, scored. The Rams really should have won that game. And both these teams have been looking really good. It's a rematch of the NFC divisional round game last year. And they just need to really regroup. Both these teams, Buccaneers will be playing in the early window, 8:30 a.m. in Germany. So we'll see how they fare. All right, let's move to Week 10 and do some predictions. All right, Broncos coming off a bye, going to Tennessee. It's be a tough game. It seems like the Broncos and Titans play almost every year, but I do think the Broncos coming off that bye, they will beat the Titans, especially if Malik Willis plays. I believe he will. So I think the Broncos will win this game. Jaguars going to Kansas City. I'm a big Trevor Lawrence fan. He's been playing good this year, improving, but I think the Chiefs are just too much for them. And, after that bad game last week against the Titans, I think the Chiefs really come out there and show who they really are. Cleveland coming off a bye, going to Miami. I think Miami is just flat out better team here. Their offense has just been killer. They've just been putting up a lot of points. I really think they get the win here. Colts going to Las Vegas. Two teams really needing to win. They really need to win. Jeff Saturday, new head coach. And I don't think he gets it done here. I think the Raiders will win this game. Texans going to New York. Giants coming from bye. It seems like an easy game, easy pick for me here. Giants going to improve to 7-2. Texans will fall to, I believe, 1-7-1. The Giants, especially coming off bye, they should do well, especially at home, going against a lowly Texans team. I think they'll win this game. Saints going to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh coming off bye. Bye really helps here. I think Pittsburgh will win this game. Saints have been reeling. Their record will fall to 3-7, but I believe this Pittsburgh team can just beat. It's just flat out better than the Saints team. Their defense, especially with T.J. Watt coming back this week, I believe the Steelers will win this game. Seems like the game of the week here. Minnesota going to Buffalo. Who will win this? 7-1, going to 6-2. I believe the Bills. I just think after that game last week, they're going to be looking for revenge out against Minnesota. Minnesota squeaking out that win. I think their real true is going to show here against the Bills. San Francisco coming off a bye against Los Angeles Chargers. I think San Francisco coming off a bye, they will win this game. I believe that, the bye really helps. Jimmy Garoppolo coming back, everybody coming off the bye, they'll be all healthy. And Los Angeles squeaking out a win against Atlanta. They're not feeling too good about that win. It's an ugly win, but they still got it. I think San Francisco comes out here and wins this game. The Thursday night game that already happened, that was a crazy game. Marcus Mariota was just playing horrible. Some rookie mistakes out there. He was just throwing out the ball for no reason, just praying to the guys that some of his footballs would be caught. But a lot of dropped interceptions for this Panthers team as well on those bad throws by Mariota. And the Panthers get that win, and much needed win for them as well. This NFC South, it's just like it's right there for any team that wants to win it. They can go out there and win it. It's only like a game, 2-game difference right there. So it's going to be a close finish in the NFC South. We're probably going to have a losing team win that division. Seattle going to Tampa Bay. Not really. They're playing in Germany. First game ever in Germany. This will say a lot about. I think this will say a lot about it. Both teams. If Tampa Bay is really gonna come back to their form, I think they got to win this game. And if Seattle wins this game, man, they're going to be looking pretty at 7-3, which I think will happen. I think they will win this game. I'm just not really a believer in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year. I can't explain what Geno Smith is doing, but he's getting some results out there. So you got to give him credit where credit is due. And I think they will win this game. Lions going to Chicago. I'm riding the Justin Fields train. Lions defense has been horrible. Justin Fields will absolutely feast on that defense. And I believe the Lions will not. The Bears defense they're getting better over the season progresses. They did lose Robert Quinn in the trade to the Eagles, so they lost some personnel there. But I do think with the Lions' abysmal defense and Justin Fields really gliding up there and really getting confident, I think they will win this game. Cardinals going to Los Angeles. These two teams really bottom the barrel here. But I think LA will squeak out the win here. It's just tough because both these offenses haven't been good, but they had the potential. And I do think this may be it could either be a really low score game or a really high score game. It just depends on what we'll see here. But I do think LA will squeak out with the win. A classic rivalry here. Dallas going to Green Bay. Green Bay really needs a win, but this Dallas Cowboys defense, especially coming off a bye, I think they'll absolutely feast on Aaron Rodgers. The Dak attack is still there. Everybody's still there for Dallas on the offensive end, so I do think they'll get this win. And Washington, Monday Night Football against the Eagles. I do think the Eagles will win this game. They'll improve to 9-0. Number 1 seed in the NFC, best team overall, best record overall, and I do think they'll be getting this win. So yeah, that's our predictions for the 2022 Week 10 season. So, please subscribe, please like, and please leave a tip as well. Please, thank you.